Hi, Colleen Schmidt here from Divination Counseling Service to present the sign of Capricorn for September 2021. So we're going to be looking at messages for the sign of Capricorn. So if you happen to be a Capricorn Sun, a Capricorn Moon, or a Capricorn Rising, there could be a message in this video for you today. Before I begin, I want to take a moment for gratitude. First, to thank you for watching this video, but also to thank all of my subscribers who have been helping me build this channel. And if you're not a subscriber, I hope you'll consider becoming one. If you would, like, share, comment, I'd love to hear from you. So today we're going to be doing our, as usual, Celtic Cross with the Rider Waite Deck. At the end, I will pull 3 clarifying cards, then completing a Celtic block. Once I'm finished with the Celtic block, I'll come back to you and we'll look at the asteroids that are traveling through Capricorn for the month of September 2021. In order to nail these asteroids down, we're going to use the new moon of September 6th, 2021. So let's jump in there and see just what the cards have to say to all of my Capricorn friends out there. So we're going to, as always, allow the cards to choose our significators today. Now let's see what they feel like. Okay, it feels like we've got some energy going on here. Yep, let's see what they have to say for all of my Capricorn friends out there. Ah! Your significator is the Apprentice card. And what's interesting about this card is it tells you that this is it, even though it doesn't seem like it. So it is about something new beginning and having no idea where it's going to take you. But it is right side up, so you are going somewhere. What crosses this card is actually some good news that's happiness in your heart, which could represent personal. Something of your personal life could be crossing something new that's starting in what looks to be more of a professional life. The Pentacles versus the Cups. Both Cups and Pentacles are right side up though, so it can't be too bad. The foundation of the cards, victory. There's a lot of victory for you, Capricorn. It's victory after struggle too, because it's the wand. Excellent. There's a lot of victory for you in these cards. What's passing you? New opportunities that you're taking with both hands. 5s also always represent change, but when they're upright, like in this card, this is the card I like to call regret. It's telling you not to regret, not to dwell on the past. But when it's upside down, it really is an indication that you have taken hold of something new and you're moving on. What crowns you? Queen of networking. This could be a woman who cheerleads and really talks you up, gets you out there. It could be networking in general, but it's about the making of connection. It's about the sharing of news. The wand. What's in front of you is new beginnings. They're going to take some work on your part, although you're way capable with this card. It's definitely going to require some work and effort because it is a sword, but it will be the seeds to your future success. So you are really on your way here to get something done here. What you're bringing is a little bit of struggle. You're having a hard time because I don't feel like you're moving fast enough. Maybe you feel like you're stuck even at times. But I like to think of number 7 as a position of your negative feelings. And so that might be all that these are. Yes, because the external circumstance is this is your karma. And it's right side up, which means you will gain the support that you need. So it could be karmic in terms of a relationship, but it can be karma in terms of duck karma or your karmatic work. You know, some of us actually do jobs that are very karmically attractive. so that we actually are supposed to be there. And whatever it is that you're doing or whatever direction you're going, it does look like you're supposed to be there. Your hopes, your fears, well, I think it's both. I think that there's a concern here that we're walking on solid ground, that we definitely have a solid place to put our footing as we move forward in whatever the new endeavor is. So I'm going to go with both on that card. First outcome is a real outcome, actually, so it'd be interesting to get the clarifiers are. This is telling us that you're in a storm right now, maybe difficult to see the light at the end of the tunnel, also because there's usually secrets involved a little bit with the moon. In other words, not everything may be known. But with that said, your intuition's really on right now. So despite the storm you might be going through, I do believe you're getting the right intuitive messages. So listen to them. I'm going to move everything down a bit so that we can see it. Okay. 3 cards. Okay, so the first card is what I like to refer to as the very grounded businessman. But Capricorn, it just also stresses the need for security that Capricorns have. Not unusual with earth signs. So you do have a need for security. However, with this king in the right side up position, you're either gaining it through other people, in other words, you have their support, or it's telling me that you have your feet, as it already told us with the Temperance card, planted firmly on the ground, and you are secure. But it doesn't mean that other people can't be supporting you. I believe they are. Now, I do want to say that there's a lot going on, just as the Moon card tried to tell us, that maybe you don't know about yet. But I'm going to talk about this card for a second. This is a really important, spiritually driven kind of card. And I say that because as a reader, this card is significant depending on your belief system, because this is talking about the guides and the entities that are surrounding you that help you on an everyday basis to make sure that you stay on track and that you do whatever your life purpose is. It's also about people on this side that maybe are working on your behalf, but they can't bring it out yet till something comes to fruition. I generally always see this card as missing information, but generally that information is working in your favor. Lots of major arcanas for you, Capricorn, which is not a surprise, having had Pluto in your sign for the last several years. This is telling me that everything is as it's supposed to be. There are times when you'll question whether or not you made some mistakes, bad decisions, but you didn't. Everything is the way it's supposed to be. Everything is exactly as it was planned. So as above, so below. So let's see what those asteroids have to say as we pull them up. So in Capricorn, we have not as many things going on, but one of the first things that jumps out at me is the idea of taking, now this is a Capricorn, so they're very security oriented, but I feel like you're taking risks that are pretty big right now, which is great. These risks will lead to opportunities, because opportunities are huge in the asteroid segment of this. It also refers to animals. Pets maybe, even wild animals may come to your attention. But there's also an aspect here of hunter-prey, which maybe doesn't have anything to do with animals at all, but has to do with either being hounded by other people or trying to get away from people. Maybe you're hounding people because you need an answer to something, which is very possible, or you're feeling hounded by other people. I also feel that not only are there opportunities coming to you in the month of September, but I think that some of those opportunities relate to either having a mentor or being one. And it's really interesting because somebody like me, I see mentors for who they are, but I'm not always sure that other people get that. We're all mentors in a way, and we all have mentors. So look out for that. Sometimes it'll be obvious, sometimes it won't. The other thing that I see here is a lot of stuff seems to happen in the evening hours or nighttime, okay? So maybe when you hear about something or when you're dealing with something, you'll do it in the evening hours. One of the things you want to be very alerted to right now is the idea of codependency, okay? You know, it's a wonderful thing to serve other people, but there's a fine line between being there for somebody and then enabling to happen because of it. So codependency, enabling, these are things that you want to be aware of this month. Now, on a completely different note, it could relate to service people. And I will say this, if you're somebody who goes out to dinner or has been getting out a little bit more, you may notice that some places, some restaurants do not have as much help as they need. There can be a longer time or a longer wait for meals and things of that nature. So you might notice that. I also feel that there is a concern about that enabling codependency. I'm going back to that again. But I also feel that maybe there's a concern about somebody. And one of the things that the astrology does mention is the advantages to things like prayer and meditation. And sometimes when you're not certain of what to do, the best advice that we can get or give is to tell people to meditate on it. I say that a lot to clients, but in this particular case, it might really do you some good. It's also talking about how there's so much transformation going on right now. Some of it's occurring on an external basis in your life, some of it on a more internal basis. That too can cause us to feel the need to meditate, to ground ourselves, it's like a shaky ground situation, so we have to be strong within ourselves. I would say you don't have long to go on that, but you do have, I'm going to say at least a year, okay? Now, some people are getting over it in Capricorn, and some people are not, and it really depends on the personal chart. But I'm going to tell you this. Going through Pluto's transits are really terrible because it really reminds us of where we're not in control. But when the Pluto transit is over, you're going to miss it. I know that sounds odd, but true. It also reminds us how important it is to have compassion for other people, and particularly those people who are not well. Now, I don't think they're only talking about people who are legitimately sick. I think they're like, with the COVID and all that kind of stuff. I think they're talking about even when people don't get it, or when people have mental issues, or when people are going through something. So you want to be aware of that, okay? I do feel like Capricorn, you're coming out of some lower energy, and though there may be some moments, days, hours in a day maybe, that you do feel somewhat lower energy, use that time to meditate, go within, and really start to think about some of the other things that I talked about, like the risks you're taking, like the idea of codependency or enabling, and let that spirit, that meditation, prayer, whatever it is that you use, help to teach you, because you can be your own mentor in that case. With that said, I want you to take care of yourself, Capricorn. Be well, and thank you for watching this video. Till we meet again, as always, I want to wish you only happy reading.